Hey, does the world need another orgy? Maybe it does. Hello, beautiful people. This is Anne, Fabulous Life 101. On my channel, I cover makeup and skincare, occasionally fashion and travel, basically things that make you more fabulous at any age. So if you're interested in this type of content, you're not already a subscriber, could you please hit that subscribe button and the bell notifications right now? Thanks so much. Well, I was all excited when I heard Jeffree Star had a whole new collection coming out. And a little bit surprised when I found out it was basically just another extension of the Orgy collection. And this is the new palette. I'll call it O2. There's also some lip plumpers. This is the first time Jeffree's done plumpers. There was some new liquid eyeliners. So I bought the palette, I bought 2 plumpers, and I'm going to create 2 different looks for you in this video. Now, before I dig into my new palette, my new lip products, I'm going to revisit some of my favorite Jeffree Star skincare products. This is the Caffeine Eye Cream. I just put a little bit here and tap it around the eye. I just sort of massage it in with my middle finger. There we go. I have the Expresso Shot Serum. This was all from the Wake Me Up collection. I just put a little drop of this on my hand first and then just massage this into the face. And now I'm gonna add just a touch of this Magic Star Hydrating Moisturizer. Now, Gothic Beige Sunscreen. Start with a little bit, it's a nice gel sunscreen. A little bit on my hand first. And put this all over my face before any of my makeup. And I think I'm also going to add just a little bit of the Cotton Candy Foaming Primer. There we go, nice blue foam. I think all of this is still available on Jeffree's website. You know, Jeffree still has not introduced a foundation or a brow product, so I went ahead and used my newest HUDA Blur foundation right here, and I used Anastasia Beverly Hills on my brows. But Jeffree does have some concealers and color correctors, so I'm going to start off with a little bit of the Peach Color Corrector. And just right here where I tend to have the dark circles, put a little bit of that. And now I'm going to take this as the concealer in C5.5 and just top that just a little bit and blend. I haven't used these in a while, but they are still nice and creamy. Lids as well. So now on to some new products. Actually, before I dig into the palette, I am going to use a little bit of the Candy Petals Magic Star Liquid Blush. This has a bunch of shades in this now. And I think this is the most recent one I bought. Just a couple little dots, and then I take, this is one of the old Jeffree Star Morphe brushes that I still have. It's been discontinued for years. And this is very, very highly pigmented. The 2 dots on each cheek was probably too much. Okay, now here it is, the ORGY2 palette. Of course, can't get anything from Jeffree without some outrageous artwork, but this is the palette. And here we go. But now the first Orgy palette I bought right away. I liked it, but I probably only used about a third of the shades. That palette, I think, is the perfect palette if you're a professional makeup artist and you do work on models of all types of skin tone, because it has pretty much every shade of nude that you want, but it's all matte. Now, it was accompanied by another palette, a shimmer palette, and that one I think I probably used more than the original Orgy palette. Now, this is actually what, when I heard Jeffree was doing a new palette, this is what I envisioned. It has every shade of nude, warm, cool, some with a pink tint, with a peach tint, with a gold tint, as well as a nice amount of shimmers, a nice amount of colors that the bottom row will probably only be used as liners for me. By the way, he also came up with some liquid liners in this collection. I did not get one yet. I'm going to just use one of these as a liner. So I'm going to start, I think, looking at these shades. I think I'm going to try Big Daddy. Of course, all of his shades have interesting names. Yes, this is a nice dark brown, makes a great liner shade, this Big Daddy. Now for the lower lining, I think I'm going to go with something slightly lighter, maybe. Let's try Saddle. And just put that along the lower lash line. Okay, now let's dig into more of these shades. So many really pretty ones. I think I'm going to, today, for my base, I'm just going to use Raw, which is this very light, sort of pinky shade. And yes, it's a really pretty base color. Now, I think I'm going to go in with Ex-Boyfriend and use this just basically along the outer edge and sort of go like right into the crease and slightly above the crease with this. This is just a nice sort of medium beige shade. Now, a lot of these shades I'm using are fairly close to the shades in the original Orgy palette, except the metallics are completely new and different, and there's shades that I know I'm gonna love. Okay, so now let's start with these shimmers. I'm gonna take this lighter shimmer here, the Snowballing, and just go in the inner corner with this. Almost like a highlight. I think this esophagus is really calling out to me. And I'll just take a nice fluffy brush and use this as sort of a blender and just blend everything together here. So this is sort of my nude with golden highlights look from ORGY2. Okay, I completed the eye look with the Jeffree Star Beach Proof Mascara. So now on to the lips. Well, one of my favorite Jeffree products that I think has been discontinued is his lip liners. So anyway, I'm going to start off with the Scorpio lip liner. I really always liked these, but I noticed they're no longer on his website. I'm hoping he'll bring them back or maybe come up with a slightly different formula, but I really thought they're among my favorites. After defining my lips with the liner, these are two of the new Lip Arousal lip glosses that I bought. This one, the shade is Fluffer, and this one, the shade is Versatile. I think today I'm going to use Versatile, and tomorrow I will use Fluffer. Let's see, how do you get this open? There we go. Yes, they have the nice little crown. And this is just sort of a nude. This is supposed to be like a plumping gloss. It's the first plumper that Jeffree has done. It does have a nice shine to it. This shade is very nude. Here's one that you might want to layer either over liner or over maybe a lipstick. But I'm liking it. And I feel a slight sting, not as extreme as in some, but I do feel the plumping effect with this. Now I'm going to finish off with another Jeffree Star product that I've always liked, but I think has been discontinued. This is a powder in beige. I think this is the one that's supposed to have a little bit of a glow to it. Just set everything with this. Yeah, that's today's look using mostly Jeffree Star. Okay, well, for my second day, I started off doing the same things as I did yesterday with the Jeffree Star Skin, and I used the HUDA Blur Foundation, the Anastasia Beverly Hills, and Jeffree Star Liquid Blush. For my lips today, I'm pulling out this old liner in the shade Gemini. And I'm using the second of the new lip Arousals I bought. This one is a shade called Fluffer. And it's a little more pink than the one I used yesterday. So here we go. Again, I'm starting to feel a little bit of a burn. It does have a plumping element in it. And it is nice and shiny. And yesterday for a gloss and a plumper, this held up really well. I ate a full meal and the lipstick was still intact. So now back to ORGY2. I think I'm going to go a little bit bolder, a few different shades today. So yesterday I started with Raw. Today I think I'm going to start off with Downtown. And I'm just going to take the Downtown and put a little bit of this on the base of my eyelid. This again is just one of the many different nudes in different tones, different depths, and just a nice soft color. And I think I'm going to go in the corners. Again, I want to use a little bit of a darker shade in the corners, but I think I'm going to use a little bit of a shimmer this time. I'm going to use the one called Backbreaker. And just take that, the outer edge, and up above the crease line. And for the liner today, I've got a lot to choose from. Yesterday I used Big Daddy. I could go with Double Header. I think I want to actually use a little of a shimmery liner. So I'm going to start with, try this black sparkly Endless and see how that works as a liner. It is, it's very bold. Again, I think that may be a little bit too bold for the lower lash line, so I think I'm going to go on the lower lash line with Never Enough, which is sort of a nice little bronze. And that works very nicely. And I just bring it up, connect the top and the bottom lash line at the edge. There we go. And again, I do want something nice and sparkly. So I think let's try a little bit of Donkey Punch. This is a really bold gold. And finally, I'm just going to take this little dot and I'm going in with Grower, which is the lightest nude shimmer. And just touch that in the inner corner. And this is sort of a bolder, more copper-hinged nude look. Okay, now the mascara is done, and this is my sort of shimmery bronze nude look using the O2 palette from Jeffree Star. I definitely like this palette a lot. Like I said, the first nude palette, I liked it, but I didn't really go back to it again and again and again because it was just nudes, and a lot of the other palettes will have a nude base. This, I think, is nudes and more because you've got these beautiful metallics. You've got the nudes with a slight pink or a slight peach or a slight like yellow beige tint to them, a slightly shimmery nude, slightly shimmery white, as well as all of these wonderful colors for lining and accenting, or if you want to do your whole eye with this, you might. But yeah, I think this is going to be a very, very versatile palette, and it's going to be one that I'm going to be using quite a bit. I also like these lip products. I can feel the sting a little bit, but they have a nice color, a nice shine to them, and I think they last throughout the day. So anyway, that's the video for today. Thanks for watching. Have a fabulous day. Peace, love, and light.